Alright, this is Noogie from GuardianTalesGuides.com. I'm going to do Earth as an off element against Panda. Here's the preset I'm using. It's a good account. Coco's using a level 81 Fantasia, which is Lucy's weapon, because the boss is weak to fire, so why not? None of these characters actually boost Earth damage, so fire damage is just fine. So a few things about Panda: don't let Coco die. Early on when I was kind of dealing with this fight before I hit 83, Coco was constantly getting targeted. She was dying, and that's a 4 million hit or so for me at least. So what ended up happening is I had to invest in some legendary nodes for Awakening, and then Coco never got targeted. That was the only difference. Don't understand it, can't explain it. I've increased her damage, used defense cards, all these variants. Coco never gets targeted again. But she can still die if she walks too close to Tenia, which I'm always very aware of when I fight. If she does walk next to Tenia, you can't move the boss, so it doesn't really matter. If Coco dies, you reset it or you just deal with it. Just expect a much lower number. The other thing is, when you start the second chain, you're going to have to give it like 2 extra seconds because Mayrail's chain won't be available yet. And that's just the way it is. If Mad Panda can do variants of a few things at the middle of the fight after the second chain, or after the first chain. She can fly away, she can start to shoot rockets, or the worst, she can start to use ball and chain, which I've only seen one in the last 20 attempts. So that's super rare, but it also cripples your damage because it's a second fire throughout the fight. So we're just going to get in there and give it a go. Mayrail's going to go around back, and I'm going to start watching damage. And what I mean by that is Tenia and Coco's damage. I want to make sure they don't die. Coco's already in trouble. So Tenia is going to get targeted, and Coco, as you can see, is moving close to Tenia, which is scaring me. I don't like it. Tenia will survive this. I don't have all of her legendary nodes, defensive nodes anyway, because I just don't invest defensive nodes on the Raiders, but whatever. So in this fight, also, I like to chain out or lengthen out the chains as much as possible. Now here's the crucial element. What's he gonna do? Fly away, yes. Now I wait till the chain's about to hit somebody, then I lock in that stun, and then you just gotta make sure with Mayrail, you kind of constantly get back to him when you knock yourself away. So that's a 13 million run, that's pretty good. I've actually done like I did a 10 run spurt, and my low was like 13 point or 11.4. My high so far is 14.3, but I've only had a 14 once. 13s are even rare, so that was just really good RNG. But the average is like 12.7. Knowing what your average is good to see if you're improving. It's like if you're trying to diet and lose weight, you need to weigh yourself every day to see what your progression level is. So, start of the fight, Coco's already getting beat up. And also, Mayrail tends to get targeted in the beginning for me. So, I just make sure if Coco's behind Panda, I don't get knocked into her. Because, once again, Coco dying, very bad. So now we have this 2-second period here that we gotta wait. And then wait till the thing's about to bash somebody. Boom. Now nobody's moving. Perfect stun. I think our damage seems a little low. That's just the RNG happening, but we'll get to 13, so that's cool. 13's a win in my book. 14's a great success. Alright, we'll go for another run or two. But this is going pretty good so far, right? Like, it's just chain, and just waiting before we get to the next one. I mean, your major cause for error once you get this down is just poorly timing your chain, and maybe Coco dying. But, like, so she's looking at Tinny, she's like, I bet I can snuggle up with you and get my ass kicked, which would, that's the way it is. Alright, cool. chain. Okay, now we've got 6 seconds. Oh no. Okay, this is good. Except for him interrupting me there. I love it when you mess with chains and somehow get a better damage number than you'd think. Like, oh man, messed a special, and then all of a sudden you get a higher score. Like, oh, maybe I should miss that special more often. When it's just RNG, sometimes crits happen a lot more. I mean, that was the best run, and I fucked it up a little bit. But whatever. Alright, I'll do one more run to kind of get it. And just for mentioning, the way I time specials, so I just go off the special over here, like my cooldown. So, like if I see it go down 2 seconds, then I usually click special, right? So, well, it was at 4. Once it hits 2, click it. 5, 3, I click it. Just a kind of poor man's timer. So now damage is going to go down real bad. That's not really used to in the fight. Although the chains are now going to be perfectly timed. But yeah, we have we'll barely break 12, if at all. Yeah. See, and the reason why that damage variance hit on that one is right after the second chain, Panda cast fire. And everybody moved around for like a good 5 seconds. So that's 5 seconds of no DPS at all, except for Mayrail, right? So that will always cause you damage. But luckily, I haven't seen, that's 2 times in 30 that I've seen Panda do that now. Where you actually in the midway fight cast fire again. It just doesn't happen that often. So it looks like Coco will survive this. And keep in mind, like, Coco doesn't die anymore, but I'm just super aware of it. I mean, it does once in a while, she'll get too close to Tenia. But yeah, just because it ruined a run or two early on for me, I'm just very aware of it. So here we go again, look. Alright, just the clubbing. So this might actually be, if we get some good crits here, it's like a perfect set, because we didn't move at all. I mean, anything 13s, I'm pretty happy with. We made it to 13-7, so that's pretty good. But either way, that's kind of the fight. It's kind of simplistic, but if you time your specials well, your chains well, it's really chill. Like, there's only one major random element, and that's what Panda does after the first chain. If she flies over to the corner, you just wait before she makes contact with that first ball and chain, stun, and then it's on rails, right? If she casts fire, you lose damage, but you deal with it. If she just starts clubbing you like she did in that last fight, it's fine. That means she stays exactly, it's basically a restart of the fight. She stays exactly where she was, which means nobody moves. Everybody just constantly slams her with DPS. So, I mean, that's basically the fight in a nutshell. It's pretty chill, but timing is everything. So, good luck.